Hello, viewers. Welcome to my program, Mining for the Truth. Joseph Atta is my name, from Ghana, West Africa. I'm in Takoradi. Mining for the Truth refers to the process of digging to discover the undiluted doctrines of Christ, our 10th Church of Christ. I welcome all my viewers from all over the world: Australia, USA, Dubai, Nigeria, India, South Africa, and everywhere. I welcome my brothers and sisters from UMAT Esikadu Campus Church of Christ. You are welcome. You have been doing so well, so continue steadfastly and work for the Lord. Especially the leadership for winning about 17 new souls, or scouting about 17 new souls to join the church. Now we are 50 and above. So you can imagine, more than a whole local congregation. Doris Odonko, Mrs. Atta, I miss you and then I love you so much. You are welcome to the program. Everything will be well. So do not worry a lot, okay? I'll back in prayers and everything shall be well. Alright, you are welcome to today's episode. But before then, I thank all those who have been donating to support the program. Thank you so much. God bless you. May He multiply your income. Now today too is a sermon, and the title is Living with a Mask. Living with a Mask. Matthew 26, verse 14 to 16. Mark 14, verse 44 to 46. And then Luke 22, verse 47 and 48. Already I have opened Luke. So let's see Luke 22. Verse 47 and 48. Luke 22, 47. Okay, I'm here. Now, while he was still speaking, behold, a multitude came, and he who was called Judas, one of the 12, went before them and drew near to Jesus to kiss him. Verse 48. But Jesus said to him, Judas, are you betraying the Son of Man with a kiss? Mark 14, verse 44. Mark 14, verse 44. Mark 14, 44. To 46. Now he who betrayed him had given them a signal, saying, whoever I will kiss, that is the one. Take him and lead him away safely. 45. Then as soon as he had come, he went immediately to him and said, Rabbi, and kissed him. The last verse. Then they laid their hands on him and took him away. Matthew 26. Verse 14 to 16. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests. 15. And he said to them, what will you give me? What will you give me? And I will deliver him to you. What will you give me? And I will deliver him to you. And they weighed out to him 30 pieces of silver. Then from that time, he sought opportunity to betray him. I repeat, I think this is more profound. Matthew 26, 14 to 16. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests. Verse 15. And he said to them, what will you give me? And I will deliver him to you. So it's a question. And they weighed out to him 30 pieces of silver. Verse 16. Then from that time, he sought opportunity to betray him. I think by reading these verses, you have even understood where I will start and where I will end. Someone will say, beware of snake under a grass or on the grass. Sometimes, if the snake is green and the grass is green, it becomes difficult to segregate between the grass and then the snake. Living with a mask. I will start with a poem called Mirror's Society. Mirror Society. In the Mirror Society, the one who bites also shoots, so that he will not be found out. He bites and fans the wound concurrently. So the person is biting and is comforting also at the same time. So how will you know? Someone is biting and comforting, so you don't feel the pain. The one who burns down another man's house wakes up early in the morning to join him in grief, for he shall be called merciful. He burned your field. Sometimes he sends people to burn your field, and in the morning he is the first person to come to you to console you. So therefore you say that, what a merciful savior, living with a mask. The one who robs another man's wealth turns out to contribute, for he shall be called generous. He sent armed robbers to come and then steal your money, and then he also came to contribute. Or the person himself has been cheating on you. He cheats you. Maybe you are working with your master or a church member. He cheats you. And the same person sometimes will dash you money, or take this for TNT, or take this. Boss, this is for what? Oh, it is a gift. But the person has been cheating on you. That's what we said that. The one who robs another man's wealth turns out to contribute, for he shall be called generous. Mirror's Society. The one who drains the blood of his brother to become anemic becomes the blood donor, for he shall be called lifesaver. So you can imagine, he drains your blood and he donates blood, so you call him lifesaver. The one who drives away his fellow men for doing good deeds pretends to become the most caring, for he shall be called a peacemaker. Yes, they chase you out in the church, in the company, everywhere. They chase you out. They will chase you out for doing something so unique, for standing for God. For example, when David stood to kill Goliath in the glory or to the glory of God, Saul hated him for nothing. So people who are really doing God's work, who will stand out to do God's work, they persecute you, crucify him, they will slander. You have what you call infamy. They will defame you. And then the person who is the leader, the person who led this persecution, the same person too will try to become the most caring. Then, in terms of ignorance, we address the person as a peacemaker. We are listening to a balanced diet sermon called Living with a Mask. The one who betrays his fellow brothers pretends to be the most reliable, for he shall be called trustworthy. The person betrays you, stabs you on the back or behind the back. The same person is encouraging you, and the same person too is destroying your image to the audience. So one person playing two roles. He will comfort you, he calls you, motivate you, you have been doing the right thing. The same person, when he is elsewhere, he turns his mouth, and then will join the audience to condemn you, for he shall be called trustworthy. So this is a poem about Mirror Society. Now the phrase Mirror Society refers to the nature of the society and the behavior of living organisms in an ecosystem where the chameleon betrays an innocent people into infamy. Mirror Society refers to the nature of the society and the behavior of living organisms. So it is about how people live in a particular geographic location, or let's say a country or community or a town. The nature of the society, how the society looks like, or how the society resembles, and the behavior of the people who are in. Where the chameleon betrays an innocent people into infamy, 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 evil intentions, slandering, defamation. So your image is tarnished wrongly. And you see that as you are going, they all point their fingers at you. Sometimes you are even treated as an outcast for doing the right thing. And those who are doing the wrong thing, who are doing the evil things, are accommodated and sheltered. Sometimes they even give them protection. That's the sense of mirror society. Hypocrites. In case you are unaware, the word is about hypocrisy. A typical hypocrisy. In the church, the one who has been doing the evil thing. You see, this draws my attention to Jezebel. Jezebel was a wicked queen who surrounded herself with Baal worshippers. But rather, she was killing the prophet of God, including the hunting of Elijah. So Elijah had to run to hide in a cave where he was fed by an angel, I think 2 times. This is what we see in the lost churches. People who are continuously and habitually sinning are rather friends. They are friends to them. But those who have been doing the Lord's work, those who have been doing the right thing, are attacked. And then they persecute them. They segregate you from all the vantage points. And unfortunately and ignorantly, the whole audience will turn against you. God is God. When the time is due, they will be self-conscious and know that no, we have been misled by this group, by these people. So they become self-conscious, self-aware, and then they leave these evil associations. Once again, the phrase mirrors society refers to the nature of the society and the behavior of living organisms in an ecosystem where the chameleon betrays an innocent people into infamy. We are worshiping Christ, in case you are unaware. Once again, I've been saying that on the day of judgment, Christ will not take any church member or will not select any church member as a judge or lawyer. My friend, bring the book of your church attendance. Then give me the evidence of the members. No, it is a liar. I said it's a liar. It is a lie. And you yourself, you are a liar. In case you are thinking so, you are not Jesus Christ in the church. In case you are unaware, the church belongs to no one. And no one in the church is leading anyone to no heaven. No one leads no one nowhere. No one will lead anyone to no heaven. Then to me that this is a false doctrine. John 14 verse 6. And Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one goes to the Father except through me. Same thing is found in Acts 4 verse 12, that there is no any other name except Jesus Christ. So what do you mean by someone is leading us to heaven? I don't know this heaven. Are you going to contend with Christ, our Lord and Master Savior? So we are all employees, and the supreme employer is Jesus Christ. So therefore, we care less. I care less about this gossip, this segregation. No. When the time is due, you must come to me. I will never fall to your standard. You must rise to reach where I've gotten to. I will never be so cheap. I avoid cheap popularity. The Christian must avoid cheap popularity by freely mixing with them. If you are doing evil, you must separate yourself from them. Come out from among them and be separate. I think 2 Corinthians 4 verse 17. Let's see. I should be sure. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 17. Okay, so it is rather 6 verse 17. Therefore, come out from among them and be separate. So if they are on the wrong direction, walk on your own direction. When they are awake and they become aware of themselves, some will try to come and follow you. Now, so we are now going to look at the concept of living with a mask. The concept, the phrase living with a mask is a vivid metaphor to depict. I suppose you understand metaphor. To depict, I'll give you, I think, 10 definitions of living with a mask. 1, a hypocrite. The phrase living with a mask is a vivid metaphor to depict 1, hypocrite, someone who is a pretender and untrustworthy. Someone who is a pretender and untrustworthy. We made mention of chameleon, who betrays an innocent people into infamy. Judas betrayed Christ into infamy. So basically, we are trying to look at a Christian brother, a Christian sister, Christians who are living with a mask. And if you are so, number 1, you are a hypocrite. You are a pretender and untrustworthy. We can't trust you. And the person changes colors. So if the tree is red, then it will change its color. Sorry, the Christian will change his or her color to become red. Just as the chameleon will fake his identity to catch a prey. 2, a chameleon. Someone who changes behavior to act to suit circumstances. Already I've even explained. A chameleon. Living with a mask means you are a chameleon. And we say that someone who changes behavior. So at times you see that you are so surprised why this boy has suddenly changed entirely. You are surprised that the boy is being used as a weapon against you in the church. That this person is being used against some people in the church. You are so surprising. The person is living with a mask. Just as Judas did. You are hereby informed that Judas was one of Jesus' apostles. And whoever thought, who could have presumed, who could have prophesied that Judas was going to betray Jesus Christ? And once again, it's saying that the new enemy is often an old friend. Someone who changes behavior to act to suit circumstances, the person becomes a complete pretender. Number 3, a betrayer. Betrayer. Someone who leads others astray. Now the person has now been seen as a hypocrite, and he has now changed his behavior. When he changes into becoming rebel leader, people will follow him or her. Someone who leads others and he will eventually mislead them. Number 4, a bootlicker. Someone who tries to gain favor through a flattering manner. Everything that the person is laughing, small laughing. Oh yes, master. Oh yes, master. Everything is yes, master. Because of future promotion. Bootlicker. Someone who tries to gain favor through a flattering manner. At times, even if you are fooling, this person tends to applaud for you. You are doing something wrong. What you have said is wrong. You have taught something wrong. Then the person becomes a protector. Will shield you to cover up. That's what we call bootlicker. We are sometimes, even the speaker himself is aware that he has digressed. The audience, those who are in his favor, will support him. We call him bootlicker. You try to gain favor through flattering manner. They are so defensive. 5, dishonesty gainer. Someone using evil means to succeed. People use evil means to succeed. They can kill. Some killed in the olden days. I mean, they are in the churches. Every church, this can happen. They stole someone's money. They stole someone's properties. Some can go on further to cause a person to become mad because maybe they put their resources together to build or to establish maybe a project. And one can use magical means to poison the other to kill or to make him partially mad so that he can own the entire property. We will call you dishonest gainer. And if you go to Proverbs 18 verse 11, it is saying that avoid dishonest gain. Wealth gained through dishonesty will diminish. And even if it does not, you go to hell in your sense. A disposition to defraud. The person pretends. He changes his behavior, everything can easily fraud you. Go and falsify some documents, some signatures before you. Sometimes you will even go to jail, and then the person will be free. He uses money, influence to defraud. A disposition to defraud. That's the meaning of dishonesty gainer or dishonest gainer. So we say dishonesty if you want. And we have this in the world so much. Unfortunately, in the churches and even in the society, people who are wealthy are those that are recognized. They have the power. And even if the person is saying something stupid, it is accepted. I mean, in contribution. Because he is wealthy, because she is wealthy, and contributing foolishly, this foolishness is even accepted or tolerated. Let the wise stand up or stand up and contribute positively. It is condemned and ruled out. By God's grace, no apostle have gone to heaven or paradise by fame. They work for Christ. Number 6, a decoy. Someone used to lure or mislead another into a trap. A brother whom you see to be so humble, a brother whom you see to be so hardworking in the Lord's church, can be used to lure or mislead the entire congregation. It could be half or entire. And unfortunately, they win so much favor. And before you are aware, they can easily cause division and disunity among brethren. We will do this. This will not understand. So there's a riot, industrial action or strike. They will hate you continuously. Whatever you do, even though it is good, you'll be hated the most. All because someone is being used as a decoy. Beleaguer or beleaguer to cause constant or repeated troubles. This person is so troublesome in the church. So troublesome. Even trivial issues, this brother or this sister will decorate it to trigger. So we say beleaguer to cause constant or repeated troubles. You will sit to settle the issue. This person will never understand because of pride and arrogance, or because of his or her selfish interest or ambition. I want to do this. So far as the person is not permitted, that's why he has to use what we call brute force. Brute force. And no one has rebelled against God and then succeeded. And no one will ever rebel in the Lord's church and succeed. You have a disastrous consequence, in case you are unaware. Number 8, an ingrate. Someone who is ungrateful upon all what has been done for this person. When someone is lenient with you, okay, I don't think that you appear, the same peers. Because we are in the Lord's church, sometimes some will have to come low. Someone will have to come down so that we can all be on the same level. That's what makes us equal. And when you misbehave, we teach you where you belong to. So the person is an ingrate or an ungrateful person. No matter what you do or have done for the person, this person will never remember. Judas never recalled that Jesus was Christ. and have done something for him. Number 9, a mannequin. Mannequin. This refers to a dummy used for advertisement. So Judas was used as a dummy for advertisement. They used him to kill Christ. And mannequin is a stupid person, someone who has weak mind. So if you go to the boutique, the mannequin is the toys that they use to showcase the clothing. One is called mannequin, 2 or more is a mannequin. In case you're unaware, there are some cartoons where they are wearing cloth cap. Some are sitting down, some are standing, a whole lot. We call them mannequins, and they are used to advertise clothing. That's why we say that a mannequin is a dummy. That thing you see there is dummy, and the phrase, the word dummy means a stupid person. So if your character is similar to Judas in the Lost Church, you are a stupid person. You are a dummy being manipulated to be used to cause division in the Lost Church or confusion. Number 10, malleability. Of course, this is engineering and what you call the mechanical properties of metals. Malleability is the process or is the ability of making, or a malleability is the ability of a metal to be hammered or rolled into other sides and shapes. Malleability is the ability of a metal to be hammered or rolled, we mean to shape or to form, into other shapes and sizes. So we can have a circular, triangular, rectangular, square, half round, full round, to be hammered into other shapes and sizes. Now I have to explain this. Now, for malleability to occur, we have softness or soft. So the metal must be soft. When we say soft, we mean mild. Then 2 must be ductile. And ductility is the ability of the metal to be stretched lengthwise into wire. So we can stretch and increase the length of the steel rod. That's the sense of ductility. So for malleability to take place, the metal must first be soft and 2, be ductile. Some metals are soft, but they are not ductile. They are brittle. You try to form or to shape them, then they will break. So for malleable person or a Christian in the church, it means the person, 1, is soft. And then number 2, the person is ductile, fragile. We can easily break him. We can easily shape him from circular into rectangular. Now, when you hear that living with a mask is referring to a Christian who is malleable, it means the person is capable of being mild or soft. Thus, a malleable Christian is a timid person. It's a timid person, easily manipulated to change behavior, attitude, or form, and can be shaped as a weapon to be used to cause disunity. Maybe initially, when I began defining malleability, you might thought that I had deviated. I did engineering, so I know my way inside out. You think that to be malleable is capable of being mild or soft. So 1, you are soft or mild, you are also ductile. So we mean that extremely you are flexible in some way. So when we are relating the malleability to a Christian living with a mask, for example, Judas, a Christian possessing the character of Judas, then it means that the Christian is a timid. So a malleable Christian is a timid person. The person is timid. Timidity. He's a coward. Easily manipulated. So But of course, you are soft. You are soft. So you can easily be shaped, manipulated to change behavior. So don't be surprised when you see that someone has changed completely. The person is malleable. Behavior, attitude, or form. He is now so aggressive. Even on trivial issues, he becomes so annoyed. And can be shaped as a weapon. The person can be used against you. Why is it that the person is always against you? The person is living with a mask as a weapon to be used to cause disunity. The person can be used to cause a coup. He can be a trained rebel leader in family. So a malleable person is a trained rebel leader. The person was a civilian, but now he has been mentored by someone. So the person is now a rebel leader. Every incident, every chaos in the church, then it is the brother who has been inciting these members underground to misbehave during worship. Now we come to the second point. Why did Judas betray Jesus Christ? Judas was a parasite who lived with a mask in the middle society. He was a parasite. And a parasite is a living organism which lives on another organism for food and shelter. A parasite is a living organism which lives on other living organisms for food and shelter. So, example, a tick or a mice drinks the blood, and the tick is still stick to the animal skin. That's the meaning of a parasite. Christ gave Judas everything he needed. Converting him into a full apostle. Judas was a parasite who lived with a mask in the middle of society while being an apostle to Christ. Can you imagine that? That's why we say that betrayal is from within. Always from within. Mostly. Sometimes we hear of presidents being assassinated. There are internal members. Many a time. He lived with Jesus for 3 years, only to betray him. 4. 1. Satan's influence. Matthew 26, verse 14. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priest. So I'm giving you 3 reasons why he betrayed Christ. 1, for Satan's influence. That's all. So also to the brother who is in the Lord's church, being used to cause division, being used as a rebel leader. You are under Satan's influence. 2, greed. They said Matthew 26, verse 15. And he said to them, what will you give me, and I will deliver him to you? And they weighed out to him 30 pieces of silver. Sometimes this Christian is not even doing for money, but for fame. I can also do this. I want to be given the chance to do this. You don't need a coup d'etat to reach your destination. If you have a brilliant idea, suggestion to progress the image of the church, you don't need any unity. I say unity. A disunity. You need not to cause any harm to anybody. Do not slander against someone doing the right thing. So greed. Some may say covetousness, avid interest for money. No wonder he was a tax collector. So he wasn't content with money. Then the last point, the 3, political motive. Instead of preaching the gospel against the Romans, being the Antichrist, he rather delivered Jesus to them. Matthew 26, verse 16. Then from that time, he sought opportunity to betray him. As a Christian, you must rather preach the gospel of Christ to the Antichrist. And then you bring them, you win them into the church, back to the church. But Judas wasn't so. Rather, he betrayed Christ to Antichrist for him to be killed. These are the three main reasons why Judas Iscariot lived with a mask in the middle of society. Are you living with a mask in the middle of society, my brother, my sister? Are you a hypocrite? Are you a pretender? Are you a chameleon? Are you a betrayer, bootlicker, dishonest gainer, a decoy, a believer, an ingrate, a mannequin, or malleable Christian? All these 10 questions are up to you. Now, conclusion. Any Christian living with a mask means you are a clone. You are a clone. It's a metaphoric phrase which emphasizes the implied quality of foolishness. Ephesians 5 verse 15 to 17. Sorry, Ephesians 5, yes, 5 verse 15 to 17. Be careful how you walk as wise, not a fool, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. The will of the Lord is not to cause disunity in the Lord's church. The will of the Lord is that you should be cautious with your socialization. Be careful how you walk as wise than being a fool. The will of the Lord is to utilize the time others have been wasting. Be careful so that no one will incite you to sin against God in the Lord's church. So we saying that any Christian living with a mask means you are a clone. You are a clone is a metaphoric phrase which emphasizes the implied quality of foolishness. So you are so foolish to allow yourself to live with a mask in the middle of society. Maintain your dignity. Let your loyalty be with Christ. Galatians 1 verse 10. Let your loyalty be with Christ only. Now, if I stand to do the right thing and you are surrendering, how is that supposed to be my business? Because I've been doing the right thing. Except I am on the wrong path. Let your loyalty be with Christ. On that note, I'll see you next week. Maybe the teaching will be on, be careful with your tongue. Yeah, I think so. And the topic is the gossip. I think so. And this will be followed by different teaching. So, my name is Joseph Ata. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mining for the Truth. Until then, see you next time. Bye-bye.